The reflection paradox narrator, the perfect gene. The air in the waiting room was so clean that it burned Elena's lungs. This was Zone A, an elite sector accessible only to the perfects, those whose genetics had been prenatally edited, stripped of diseases, and optimized for IQ and physical traits. Elena adjusted the fake biometric wristband on her arm. This small device lied to the scanners, claiming her genetic code was clean. In reality, she was unnatural. Her parents had rejected the government's CRISPR package, bringing her into the world the old-fashioned way. Because of this, she had a small mole above her left eyebrow, slightly crooked teeth, and, heaven forbid, occasional seasonal allergies. The door opened silently. The man who emerged was so symmetrical he resembled a statue. There was neither anxiety nor hope on his face, only a look of standard satisfaction.
Next. Candidate 4021.
Elena took a deep breath and entered the room. The woman sitting behind the desk, Agatha, looked less like a human and more like an algorithmic output. Her platinum blonde hair was cut with millimetric precision. Her eyes glowed faintly, thanks to iris implants.
Sit. Your heart rate is 92 beats per minute. Quite high for a perfect. Is there an issue with your stress management module?
I'm excited, ma'am. I worked very hard for this position.
Worked. We perfects do not work. 4021. We are assigned to appropriate tasks. Your genetic code already determines what you are capable of. Effort is merely a compensation mechanism for inadequate genetics. DNA verification procedure. Place this under your tongue.
Elena's heart was pounding hard enough to burst through her chest. The trick with the wristband worked for remote scans, but a direct tissue sample would reveal everything. She hesitated.
Is there a problem?
No.
Elena triggered her final backup plan. She took the wand, but before bringing it to her mouth, she bumped into the water glass on the desk, spilling it all over Agatha. As Agatha reflexively recoiled, Elena wetted the wand with a clean saliva sample she had obtained from the black market and hidden in her palm. Within seconds, she put it in her mouth and pulled it back out.
I am so sorry.
Agatha looked at her wet, perfect uniform with disgust. Then, she snatched the wand from Elena's hand and thrust it into the analyzer. The device beeped. Verification successful. Genetic potential, 99.8%. Agatha looked at the screen, her brows furrowing slightly.
You are clumsy. Your genetic map shows no motor neuron disorders. But your reflexes are strange.
Perhaps there is an error in the system. Or perhaps perfection doesn't account for unpredictability.
Agatha sat back slowly. She wasn't looking at the screen anymore, but directly into Elena's eyes. A heavy silence filled the room.
4021. For the last 10 years, everyone who entered this room was perfect. None of them spilled water. None of them sweated. None of them were afraid. They were all like boring machines. Rejected.
Why? I passed the test.
Yes, you passed the test. But we aren't looking for engineers here. 4021. We are looking for sustainability. You are a natural. I noticed the signal jammer on your wrist the moment you walked through the door.
Elena froze.
Then why didn't you have me arrested?
Because your genes are priceless for our laboratories, you little rat. Perfection has reached a dead end. Our immune systems cannot adapt to new viruses because we are unable to make mistakes. We need those flawed, chaotic, warrior genes of yours.
Agatha pressed a button under the desk. The room doors locked, and a white gas began to seep from the walls.
You're hired. But not as staff. As raw material.